Oh no!
No!
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated to Art. This is the second semifinal. We are almost done with the teams tournament. Of course, the family versus Who's the Boss. I am, as usual, your host, Kees Cornelissen, joined by, again, Irina, still not Chris and Nico, graduating, vacation, stuff like that. But yeah, this is an Action Civil War Part 2. As, of course, big fans of team action back in the day. I mean, this is the team action is the reason we are together right here, right now. So we owe them something. I feel. Yeah. So yeah, who you got?
You asked me how I got. I memories.
Oh yeah.
I honestly have no idea because I think that the forces are equal as ever. I mentioned in our last reaction that my heart goes to Andrew, so the family. Because I have to root for someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I will, and I'm just gonna be honest with it. The family, because Andrew, and I do like maybe McQueenie a little bit more than Riley as a competitor. So yeah, I'll be fully for the family.
All right. Yeah, I have the family completely biased winning the entire thing. I'm not so sure if that'll actually be the case, but hey, my bracket has been busted so many times throughout this tournament that I don't even care anymore. I will stick with my guns with the family, despite the fact that I think Who's the Boss is great. There's a reason that they won last year, and I will not be surprised if either of them wins. I will be surprised if both teams score under 30 points. That has kind of been a continuing trend, and I really think that a points record yet again might be broken because McWeenie might have seen Shazam's match saying, "Hey, Shazam, you against the Odd Couple. That's my record. I want it back." And look, McWeenie with records and just things that belong to him, he really wants that back, and he can get that back because he is just that good. So I do think that the family, they're hungrier, if that means anything in this match. Other than that, it's anyone's game, really. But, we're just going to find out right now in 3, 2, 1, play.
I wonder if this
Hello,
needs
Tom.
wire to work.
Bobby Gooch.
Mr. Gooch!
Hey, bud.
I'm Craig,
Who's
the
this?
Barbarian.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Who's this
What
guy?
do you squat?
Oh, about 900 pounds.
Oh, that looks it.
Yeah.
Barbarian, huh?
Yeah.
I could see that.
I don't know.
So what's your business?
Me neither.
I want you to draft me. I'm gonna be in the draft next year.
Are you really?
You got it. Yeah, you got
But I was thinking probably new competitor.
Interesting. What do you
Geek
know?
competitor
Know anybody?
based off the shirt.
I know everyone.
Okay, cool. I mean, that would work for me. I mean, look, here's what I'm thinking. You got any room for this in your shirt?
Yeah, in between the pecs.
Okay, cool. I like you already.
Cool. Intriguing guy. I'm intrigued.
You know what I want? I want there to be a competitor who is both great at Star Wars and geek. We don't have that yet. Oh, Andrew, what? Andrew
Charles.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Andrew, try not to
welcome back
tackle anyone.
to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Ultimate Schmoedown
But it might
Teams
happen.
Tournament. We are going into the semifinals here today. We have got an epic clash between the family and Who's the Boss.
How much banter will there
Some
be?
Legends of the game.
Times
and, this is
infinity.
some people-
Yeah.
Some beef! Legends of the game, and again, legendary when it comes to having a real feud here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I certainly hope that all of the chairs are bolted into the floor today for
Absolutely.
reasons related to things that occurred in Houston.
Yeah, Ben Bateman and
Have enough?
Drew Guy,
Yeah.
they're buddies, they're compadres, they're brothers, they're podcast
They are.
partners, they're action industry partners, but it all
Oh.
boiled over into a big, heartbreaking feud that resulted in outright
Yeah,
violence.
if you want to see how
So those were the
heartbreaking,
live
check
event
out our
Houston,
reaction
had a
to
lot of
Spectacular
fun,
last year.
and also,
Yeah, I almost cried.
watching the
That
pain
was-
unfold in front of us there. And Houston was where
Yikes.
this modern day 5 horsemen formed.
breaking
Tom
my heart.
Dagnino and his
Or
shorty
Ben.
shorts
Either
were
one.
there, caused some problems, and at the end of that
Hearts were
match,
Can't
broken.
unsee that.
yeah, I can't unsee it. I have nightmares every night, trying to get a priest to get it out of my brain.
You can't discount
It's still weird
the
to see
role
Ben like
that Drew
that.
McQueenie and Mark
Yeah.
Riley are going to
It's-
I mean,
bring
Ben
to
left.
this matchup today. If
No,
anything, they're almost
Yeah.
more
I know,
important
but
than
just
than
him
Drew
holding
Guy
up the
and
5,
Ben
it's like,
Bateman
it's
are, because Ben
unnatural.
Bateman and Andrew Guy, you
It
know
makes no
what?
sense.
Those emotions are going to be
Traitor!
running high. So ultimately, I think it is going to boil down
The
to
amount of
which their
arguments that
teammates
Roca
can
had
keep a
with
level
Action
head,
Army
just,
Oof.
you know,
in the
keep their nose
comments.
to the
Times
grindstone,
infinity.
head in the game, and answer questions that are about movie trivia.
And also,
Gonna be a lot of
mention
reminiscing
him,
here,
Tom
probably.
Dagnino, on the other side, though, Robert Meyer Burnett. Meyer Burnett knows how to disrupt the game,
He
disrupt
certainly
the
does.
league.
And
Knows
already attempting to disrupt
already
it. Again,
doing it.
no microphone on you,
But
Robert Meyer Burnett.
they can hear
Doesn't
it in
need
Glendale.
one.
And I'm telling you,
No.
that could be a factor here today. We're going to try to
Heck, without a
keep control.
microphone,
I
he
hope
could
the
yell so loud we could hear
competitors
it.
respect us here
And we're in the
at Announcer
Netherlands.
Desk. You know, and we get through this game with no
Yes, I made that
violence.
joke.
As someone
I'm proud
who's
of it.
actually hit other people with
Let me know in the
chairs,
comments
I
why
can
it's
do it
terrible.
well. So let us talk. We
Why?
talked. Let's hear them talk, Emma. This is what both
Or
teams have to
how?
say.
How terrible it is. Like, scale from 1 to 10. I won't be surprised if it's
Oh
like,
no, no.
Without me,
you just had to, didn't you?
I'll see you in the ring next year.
Who's the boss? They survived and will now advance to round number 3.
Oh, we were blurred for a second.
All your studying, all your endeavors, and all it's done is bring you right back to me.
My God, how much fun is this gonna be?
Honestly, what this boils down to is that long-standing feud between Ben Bateman and Drew Guy.
It's what you guys all wanted. Bateman Guy 3. And I kicked his ass in a wrestling ring, and I knocked him out with a chair. You know, I have respect for winners. We've got a degree in winning and beating imposters that think they're good heels and like to play dress-up.
Yeah. You've got someone on your team that I TKO'd, and you don't have that electronic wheel. I'm coming for you. You're in my way, Ben. You don't have that rigged electronic wheel, and your dumbass partner I TKO'd. I TKO'd him
Yeah,
like a
he did.
joke.
That match, that was a tough one.
An extremely low-scoring match.
This is my sweet revenge now.
Seriously, how can you win with 10 points
Are they not?
against Riley?
You know what, Bateman? Of course we are. We built this dream team, and now we're going to show everyone in the league what we are made of. Who's the boss? We are.
McQueenie actually mouthed that at the same time as we are. That was awesome.
Hey, no, good team.
Oh my god, a stomachache.
There's not
I'm
going to be any
nervous.
2-point questions masquerading as 5-point questions that you can get from just looking at a poster.
We're going all the way. And that's all there is to it. You wheel me out there in a wheelchair if you have to. We're still taking this trophy home.
He's golf club. Oh, right. He uses it as a cane.
I'm wheezing.
I'm noticing.
Wow, war of words.
Yeah, I
A lot of
mean,
confidence on
It was
both
surprisingly
sides.
short for these two.
on the side of Andrew Guy.
And Ben, you know, he is powering through. Let's say he's playing injured.
Yeah.
This is a Michael Jordan
yeah.
flu game. This is Pete
Oh.
Sampras barfing
Been
between
injured
tennis
for
matches, tennis
a
serves.
while.
This is
Doing well
interesting. A
with
lot
it,
of guts,
I feel.
hopefully leading to glory here for Ben. Little tail of the tape, Emma. Little tail of the tape. Let's look at what we got here on the family side. We know we've mentioned it before, but Andrew Guy, Drew is a very, very well versus action-adventure guy. No pun intended on there. But also, as you like to point out, it's the rom-coms, too.
There's a softer side to Andrew Guy.
Movies about things and people.
Very, very sweet.
Yeah, that's McWeeney's strength.
Quite accurate, yeah.
Classics, directors, you name it, comedies.
So not movies about
I was
animals?
going to say it's movies is Drew McWeeney's
Godfather
strength.
for
Animals are
On the
things.
other side, with
How dare
Ben
you.
Mark Riley, Ben Baby. That's not movie release dates. He cleans up in that action movies as well.
Yeah, release
Mark
dates,
Yodi
yeah,
Riley,
scores and
fantasy
soundtracks.
sci-fi,
Well,
but scores
Riley has
and
had
soundtracks.
some
If you've
tough
seen
luck with
Mark's
scores and
eyes
soundtracks in the
light
past.
up when you start talking about soundtracks. This
Ember
guy is
guy.
legit in that category. But again, both teams are strong. That's why they're here in the semifinals. So I think we're almost ready. I think it's almost time, Emma. Don't you agree?
I do. I think that covers it.
It's, if the audience is here ready with me.
Again,
it's
if we
time
seem
for the
tired,
movie trivia
that's because we're actually
Schmoedown.
taping this one after the last one, and now it's 1 a.m. It's not midnight anymore. It's later. By the time we're done with this, it'll
We're
be...
going to bed already.
Yeah, exactly.
Of 5 wins and 0 defeats and 1 KO, led to the arena by Robert
Did he say our
Meyer
team?
Burnett. This
Sorry.
is Dastardly Drew Guy, the Godfather Drew McWeeney, collectively known as the Family.
I did not want to see that.
Ever.
Like that, leading him out, and then
Nope.
here comes Robert Meyer Burnett to just.
What's up with Hannah?
Wow.
You could say it was a ballsy entrance.
Taking a swing
Mocking
at Ben, who
Ben.
is actually injured.
Poor.
This is very, very poor sportsmanship,
Look at
unlike
that.
we saw in the previous match between the Family and the Paddington 2, wherein they won because of good sportsmanship.
Look at
Love it, actually.
look at this. A guy calling out to Actually.
Yeah,
His
look.
honor.
Actually was the biggest man in the entire tournament.
Introducing their opponents.
To actually admit to
Led to
that.
the ring by Tom Dagnino, representing the 5 Horsemen. This is Ben, the Boss Bateman, Mark Yodi Riley. Who's the boss?
Why are they favorites?
Showing up.
They've competed in title matches and more entertaining matches. Family hasn't.
I thought it was only down to
Records?
yeah.
No.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, who's the boss actually competed for the belt?
There's some heat going on
Won the tournament already, so they have a little bit more going. The family has beaten mostly fine teams. Paddington 2 was probably the biggest challenge that they've had, and they barely got past that. So,
There we go.
When this
Sure.
draft comes, I'm stealing every single one of your competitors.
There you go, Tom, talking about the nuclear
Okay.
option there. Tom
wait, nuclear option?
cosplayed
What's my
as
team?
Cooter
Baby
from
oil
Dukes of the Hazard. All right, both managers. We got Ben's orthopedic
Hold
seat
on real
being
quick.
brought out.
Okay.
He needs his
they have
pad.
more
Is he
to-
seriously gonna call his faction nuclear option? Because then I'd be flattered.
This is an act. I think you guys all are buying into this as an act. He's fine.
Maybe he's calling him
We'll
calling
find
it
out
that
if
because
you
we
can
actually managed to
answer
beat
trivia
Polyama.
questions injured. All right. We are almost
Sorry.
ready for the game, but before that, Emma, why don't you take everyone through the rules?
All right, this is how round number 1 is going to work. In round number 1, which is an individual exercise, each competitor will be asked a series
Yeah, I
of
just
8
hope I do better than the
questions
last
that
one,
correspond
because the last
to
one I got
different
2.
realms of the movie trivia
Blech.
world, different movie trivia
Oh.
genres, etc.
I
When
won't.
you are asked a
How
question,
many
you
did you
must
get?
write
4?
down your answer on the
With
whiteboards
bonus
provided,
question?
and when you are asked for
You
the
should be able
answer,
to
you
do
must
better.
3.
provide the answer by showing
I
your
think you should be able
whiteboard
to
as
do better than
well
that.
as saying what you wrote out loud.
Considering their
Must
strengths, I
match,
think their
or
strengths
else
are a little
Oh,
bit
I may
more
not be awarded
to our
points, as we
liking
learned
than
in a
the
previous
last
match
match.
involving the family. There is no
We'll see.
stealing in round number 1. However, each team does have 3 usages of the JTE rule, which allows you to have a question be repeated, named after our dear friend and my fellow Connecticut, Josh Tapia. And
Oh,
also
check
each
out the
asked
Who Cares
team
Anyway
have one
podcast where we had
challenge.
JTE on.
All right, with the
few weeks
rules in
ago.
place and Tom Dagnino's foot up on the mantle there, like
You
someone.
can't have managers on the stage during the match unless they're coming to do something. That needs to be removed.
You know
foot
what?
needs to
what?
be
I
removed.
actually I uphold that. Tom, get the foot. Goodbye.
Unless you actually need to make a decision.
All right.
Trying not to look at
Does everyone understand the rules? I'm moving quickly because I got tickets
Oh,
to a
McQueen's
concert,
having a
so
good time
this
as
is the
usual.
game.
He's always just
Are you
entertained.
guys ready?
It's mostly Andrew who entertains him.
Yeah.
Ben.
Oh, is this funny? Is this you being funny?
We got a Yodi needs a
you're
pen.
so good at
What did you set them
See
together?
how Mark Riley just, indicated that he needed that without using
come on.
any words.
Any words.
Meanwhile,
Drew Guy.
Not Drew Guy's turn to talk.
Drew Guy.
Friends can't sit together at school even
Mark,
if they're
Riley,
fighting.
check that pen.
Yeah,
Let me know if you're ready.
real quick, if I can just actually.
Look, this is how mayhem ensues.
What's going on
Okay,
there?
all right.
Okay.
All right, we're
All
ready.
right, with all 4 competitors registering, ready,
Oh, I
Emma?
just
We're
remembered that.
ready,
What's
and
your
let's
nickname?
get ready to Schmoedown. 3 rounds to the finish. 3 rounds to the finish.
Question number 1 in the category of dramas.
Drama
What
very moment.
2003 film stars Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson?
2003 seems like it was just
There's
yesterday.
so much
I
sounds
have to tell
familiar.
you, I also think of it as just yesterday, though it was quite a long time
The
ago.
90s are the last decade. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Lost in
pens
translation.
down.
Of course.
McQueeney.
I taught you how to
I
talk
love
trash.
Lost in Translation.
Lost in
Lost in
translation.
translation
The
is
family on the board first. Ben Bateman.
Lost in Translation.
We got a
Also
point.
correct.
Lost in
We
translation.
got a
All
point.
right.
Mark Riley.
Lost in translation.
We got a
And
point.
there we go.
All right,
That
all
is,
right.
Clean
Yeah,
sweep,
should have
clean
known
sweep.
that.
All right, everyone's perfect going into round 2. Or excuse me, question 2. Question 2. Action/adventure. Barry Sonnenfeld directed this 1999 bomb starring Will Smith. Will Smith.
I miss the 90s.
I only know that
Smith,
he
where if you
directed
missed
him in Man
the
in Black.
movie, you could just listen to his song at the end because
Right.
it recapped the entire plot.
It was like a
And
good
that-
end
Yeah.
credit scene. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
We got a repeat for Ben there. We got Barry Sonnenfeld directed this 1999 bomb starring Will Smith.
Yes.
So, I think a lot of the most memorable songs have just nonsense
We'll see.
in them instead of actual lyrics.
That movie's
Will
not a
Smith
bomb.
really-
Yeah, or they're just songs about drug use. 5, 4,
They mean box office bomb.
Yeah. That was it.
1.
Enemy of the State?
Down,
Wild Wild
Ben
West.
Bateman.
Oh.
Wild Wild West.
That is correct. True guy.
Couldn't get there.
Couldn't get there. Got it. Mark Riley.
Oh, I could. Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. He got there. Drew McQueeney.
Wild
Wild
All right.
West.
So,
Andrew.
Dick, face back out.
question number
children here.
3. Question number 3. Oscar movies is the category. What film for the 2013 Academy Awards beat out such films as Life of Pi, Django Unchained, and Silver Linings Playbook for the award of Best Picture?
The heady days of 2013, right?
Movie I did not like.
Couldn't get through with it.
I'm not sure.
4, 3, 2. Been a long day. 1.
12 years a slave.
We've got pens down and Drew Guy.
Hurt Locker?
That is not
Wow, that's way
That
off.
was my
Riley.
line.
Didn't have
Have
it.
it.
Drew McQueeney
I do not have it.
did not have
Ben
it.
has it.
Ben
Ben
Bateman.
Would it happen to be Argo?
It is
No.
Argo.
Oh.
Ben Bateman.
Well.
So
All
far,
right.
only
Oh.
one who, still stands the potential to have a
Potential.
perfect
I saw
record here in round
2013 and I
Mark,
thought
going to
movies
question
released
4.
in
The category
2013.
is romance. Romance.
Yeah.
Which actor plays the lead of Augustus Waters in The Fault in Our
Oh,
Stars?
okay.
one.
There we go.
That looks like one of
Needed
those
to,
movies
bottom.
called Someone
Bell
Definitely Dies at the
bottom.
End.
Bell bottom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Answer Al Gore.
Repeating the
Oh.
second question, second time. Mr. Boss. Which actor plays the lead of
Wanna
Augustus Waters
laugh?
in
Let's
The
just
Fault
show.
in Our Stars?
Like, we wrote it complete. Oh my
This
goodness.
this is how you spell
I
it.
know, but it still counts.
Riley's still going. That's a good time.
I have
Ben, trying
questions
to get there.
about that.
I don't know. It's
Three,
Ansel.
2,
Gretel, I don't know.
Pens are down. All right, looking for an answer starting
Ansel
with
Elgort.
Riley.
Is it Nat Wolf?
That is incorrect.
No, but he played a
That is
correct.
Blind kid.
Ben?
Ben.
Ansel Elgort.
Oh.
Ansel Elgort.
All
Look
right.
at that.
All right, family comes back.
My spelling is.
5, halfway through round 1.
It's challengeable, actually.
No, it's not.
Not.
Point.
Still winning.
All right.
Barely.
Fantasy sci-fi is your category for question number 5 in round number 1. What James Cameron film stars Ed Harris, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, and Michael Biehn?
Digging deep there.
Digging deep. Just list of actors.
Need a new pen for Drew Guy.
Can you go grab that
Pen
pen for me that
size.
Riley
Okay,
dropped?
I thought he said
George
the movie.
Lucas helped on the visual.
No, you could have been. He did get his answer in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Nice.
1. Pens, whether working on
The
or
Abyss.
down.
The
And
Abyss.
Drew McWitty.
The Abyss.
The Abyss is
correct.
right.
I know
Ben
you know
Bateman.
this. No, you're not. It's not
Ben
funny
Bateman.
anymore. The Abyss. The Abyss.
We got it.
Okay,
Drew Guy. All right.
and- All right. Mark Riley.
Mark
The Abyss.
Riley.
Sorry. I don't think
Yes.
The Abyss.
The
Yep.
Abyss.
The Abyss.
All right.
Sweating
8 to 7.
I'm always sweating.
Question 6 comes in the category of comedies. Comedies.
Are we
I
done?
hate you all. Peyton Reed directed Kirsten Dunst, Eliza Dushku, and Gabriel Union in what 2000 comedy that I own on digital?
Hey, Michael.
Oh, is that so?
If you're watching.
Yep.
I know people who the killer of the stage production.
5.
This one.
Does it have an exclamation? No.
2
I don't think so.
and 1.
Bring it on.
Pens are
Bring it
down. We're
on.
looking for answers from Ben Bateman.
Bring it on.
That is correct.
Burr! It's cold in here.
Nice.
Actually, extremely hot in here. But
Mark Riley.
good pull
Jesus,
from the
he's
film.
loud. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yes, he is. That's what he does.
Sure, bring it on.
We got it. We got it.
Nice.
10, 9, 10, 9.
Yeah, and
7.
I remember when we were watching it, I pointed out it was directed by Peyton Reed.
Category of
Yeah.
horror/thriller.
Okay.
Which John Carpenter film revolves around Arnie Cunningham and a vintage 1958 Plymouth Fury?
Oh.
Gotta love a good
Oh.
car film. Gotta love anthropomorphic cars.
They're not making one about my Camry.
No.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, I
2,
know, but I
1.
don't know.
All pens are down. We're looking for answers starting with Drew Guy.
I don't have it.
All right. Mark Riley.
Cook, someone kick.
Christine.
That is correct.
See, I was like, someone.
Christine.
We got it.
I had They Live.
All right. They live. Nope.
Keeping it
11,
close.
10 also means
I
no
think-
perfect rounds, right?
you
We're
know?
all clear.
I think
We're all
McWeeny is still perfect.
Clear of the potential
Clear.
perfect rounds.
Oh, no,
but
he missed
still-
one.
still
No.
looking at a
Yeah, he missed the
strong round
Oscar
number
one.
for both competitors.
Okay, no one is
Question
perfect
in the
anymore.
first round is a Patreon question. And the following question is sponsored by John Patterson. Thank you, John.
Hey, Johnny boy!
For supporting
Johnny
the
boy.
show. The category that John Patterson has gotten for you guys today is animated films. Bill Hader voices a wannabe scientist in the small town of Swallow Falls in what 2009 animated film? Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
TV's Barry.
TV's Barry also plays a great role in The Dark Crystal on
does he?
Netflix.
I'm
yes.
scared
I
of the
got
original.
nothing.
5,
Wow.
4, 3, 2, 1. All pens are down.
Something about meatballs.
Body with a chance of meatballs?
That's a.
I said it's raining meatballs.
There we go.
Also right.
Yeah, it's-
Ben Bateman.
It's
Cloudy
so
with a chance of
stupid.
meatballs.
That's right.
Yeah, Cloudy with
Well,
a
we
chance
did better than the last
All
time.
right, there we go. What a first
It's
round.
such a stupid
13
answer.
to 12.
I mean,
Oh.
again, this is the semifinals.
That's probably the Russian
team
translation.
tournament here. You
No, it
expect
is.
nothing less,
I
from either
couldn't
one
remember
these
any of
teams
it.
that,
I was just like,
seem to maybe know
go
a
on,
thing
it's
or
meatballs,
two
whatever.
about movie trivia, but the true
So, yeah,
test
5.
we will see here
Some
in
fun.
round number 2. Round number
Something.
2, the wheel round. Out comes the wheel of fate, doom, destiny. This one, you
Fickle
can't.
Mistress.
The fickle
Something,
mistress that is the wheel. This wheel is a
something,
classic wheel that
meatballs.
you can't hear from outer space.
Yeah. Spin it from the wheel.
Spin
Yeah.
it from the wheel,
Boy.
not
No
the
pegs.
pegs.
No pegs.
All of these slices on that wheel correspond to a different realm of the movie trivia world.
World?
Yep,
Yeah.
world, universe.
Schmoedown.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Each team will get a chance to spin the wheel. If you don't like the category you spin the first time around, unless you spin opponent's or spinner's choice, then you are stuck with that category. Otherwise, you are awarded a
Who's the
mulligan,
boss?
which is
Spin
called
spinner's
for
choice.
do-over,
I
and you get
riot.
an opportunity to spin the wheel again. And hopefully this time it will land on a
If it is
category that
Ben.
you like better. We'll then be
I
asked
riot.
a series of 6 questions. Upon
It's
which you
rigged.
can confer with your teammate.
Not just
Each has
electronically,
1
it's
points,
rigged.
Unless you do not know the answer, at which point you may ask for multiple choice, and the value of the question will decrease to 1. There is stealing in round number 2, so listen carefully to your opponent's questions.
All right, we're about to go. Reminder, Who's the Boss has used 2 JT rules, but you do have a lead. Do you want to spin, or are you going to defer to your opponents?
These guys know.
Well, they used
go for
two.
it, guys.
All right,
Alright.
Drew's going to go up.
That's how champions
Spin
play.
from the
Wonder-
wheels.
That's how we play. Action and vintage strategy.
Movie wheel.
A very, very nice, deliberate from the wheel spin.
That's a
you know,
good spin.
Drew McWeeny,
Spin
very
definitely
respectful of the
in.
wheel.
Coming on down here, we always get transfixed by the wheel, like it's an old-timey Batman
Round
TV
and
show.
round it
Spin
goes.
hypnotized like a Vegas show at the Riviera
Oh,
in the day. It could be
90s.
Good.
90s
Stick 'em in the
film.
decade.
That's good from McQueenie.
All right, they're going to stay.
Listen, we
The
know
thing,
Drew
and
McWeeny
I
likes
like their
his,
decades.
He likes his movies by decades,
So-
and I tell you, they Drew, very confident.
Worked
spin
out for
again,
them in the
and
past.
they're
Stick with it.
They're
Stick
sticking with it.
it.
Okay.
That's the thing. Andrew can actually
Alright.
back him up on this one.
6
Lots of
questions.
movies with scores and
Yes,
sound.
he was alive in this decade.
6
That there is.
Exactly.
questions here.
There's lots of
Math
movies
checks
with
out.
release dates.
MF5 is
Math
going
checks
Got
out.
it, I
Saying.
got it. All right, the family. 6 questions in the realm of 90s movies. All right. Question number 1. Who plays English cartographer Reginald in the 1995 dramedy The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill But Came Down a Mountain?
What is the?
That would be Hugh Grant.
That would be correct for
Did you
2
see that title?
2
Yeah,
points.
that's a title and a half.
Englishman and meatballs.
Question number 2. Which film is described by the following synopsis? As corruption grows in 1950s Los Angeles, 3 policemen investigate a series of murders with
LA
their own
Confidential.
brand of justice.
That would be the terrific LA Confidential.
And
Well
that
done.
is a
Correct.
correct answer.
Still need to see that.
Yes, we do.
All right. Question number 3. In the 1990 comedy, The Freshman, Matthew Broderick's character studies what subject at NYU?
Appropriately, film.
That is
right.
correct for 2 points.
Drew
2 points.
McWeeny. Proven.
McQueenie's having so much fun. Did you see his face?
Yeah,
Question
because
number 4.
he just loves anything
In
trivia.
American History X, Norton's racist character ends up bonding with an African American man in prison over their love of
Baseball.
what
I think so.
sport?
Seen it once a long time.
Same.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, basketball, B,
Seriously, this
baseball,
multiple,
C,
really multiple
football,
choice.
or D, boxing?
I mean, it's just generic options.
If you've seen the film, I assume it's
No,
memorable.
is it basketball?
Incorrect.
Basketball.
Still A, basketball, B, baseball, C, football, D, boxing.
Yeah, I just remember something.
Gonna need an
I hope
answer.
correctly,
And
but
a
I think
5.
it's basketball.
And a 4. And a 3. And a 2.
Boxing.
Incorrect. We were looking for basketball.
That is the obvious
Basketball.
I remember
yes,
something vaguely.
The perhaps most
I don't.
American of sports, created in
I
the
was
great state of
14.
Massachusetts by James Nesbitt.
I wasn't
I
much
believe
older.
so. Know a lot of useless facts about the origin of basketball. All right. Final question.
No, 5. Question 5.
Sorry, question 5. Penultimate question. Who directed The Long Kiss Goodnight, starring Gina Davis and
You got it.
Samuel L. Jackson?
It's Rennie Harlan.
That is correct for 2 points. All right.
Was that a director's question? We didn't get a category. I just want to say that. That's all.
All of your categories are
90s.
90s.
I forgot what we were doing.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
honest.
round number 2.
I forgot where I am.
Good man. Good man.
Good.
Keep drinking.
Final question.
Keep drinking.
Final question.
In the category of 90.
In the category of 90s.
90s.
Drew
Thank you.
guy.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
Which 1992 Woody Allen film was the last collaboration between him and Mia Farrow? final film that they made together.
Are they friends now?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
I feel
doubt
like
it.
that's going to be a no. Just
5,
for reasons.
4, 3,
Husbands and wives.
2, and 2
Correct for
points
2
right
points.
there.
Damn.
2 points. Big round.
Wow.
Big
All right, so
round.
9
They did
point
this
lead.
one.
Drew McWeeny likes his
See what
movies by the
this is.
decade.
He does,
And,
he does.
Especially
and
Mark
if it's
Yodi Riley
Spanish
in his,
choice.
nice, bright
No, no,
jeans,
no, no,
jeans.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
Now it's on this
Give him
now.
some love. Spin from the wheel, not the little pegs.
Yep.
And here we go. We got spin.
Sounds
We
like
got
something
spin.
your
We got
grandfather would
spin,
say
we
that
got
he knows.
spin.
Spin from the
Give
wheel.
the wheel a nice pat. I was a little worried the wheel was going to topple over
Absolutely.
there,
Oh,
but
baby,
here we
keep
are.
doing it.
All right, Ben has struggled on over to
Yeah.
give him
Moral support.
more support. Now it's
Looks
a
like
team
they're
effort
calling on-
apparently, or he wants pain pills from Tom, which Tom can get at
Tom.
Market Street Value.
Ew.
We have
Kate
Kate
Winslet.
Winslet. You want to keep Kate Winslet films? Do
Stay
you
in.
want to keep Kate Winslet?
She's
films?
never been spun. I
We're gonna
don't
need an
think.
answer soon
No,
in this
still.
No,
medium
yeah, I
round.
agree.
Let me know if you want
Hey,
to spin
filmography.
again or go again in 5, 4, 3, 2. They're
All right,
gonna
they're gonna keep
take
it.
Kate
Interesting.
Winslet
Fresh
films.
category, you know.
No, that's
That
true.
studying's been paying off, boys.
All right, 6 questions
Oh, shit.
in Kate Winslet films. Here we go. Who's the boss? As expected, in Titanic, Rose has several paintings from which now famous artist
Monet.
Cal claims is a finger painter who, quote, won't amount to a thing.
Monet.
Monet or Mane?
That's Monet.
Confirm.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're going to need an answer in 5,
But well done.
3, 2.
Monet.
Well done.
Correct for
Huh?
Tom Steele.
That would be Picasso.
That is right. A big 2-point steal.
Oh, I remember that she had a painting
All
that
right,
Jack
right.
was
Look,
admiring,
they
which
also
was Monet.
answered maybe it's something else.
Directed
Paints landscapes.
Leonardo DiCaprio
Sam
and Kate
Mendes.
Winslet in
Yeah.
the 2008 film
Look, it
Revolution.
might have been something different. Because why did they say Monet as well?
Sam Mendes.
That's correct for 2 points. That is correct.
Oh, we got a 2-point steal. That's
Points
big.
there. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna get 6 questions. We're coming up on
Just now, who's the boss cannot
3.
get out of this
Kate Winslet
round
category.
without a
Who
deficit.
plays Hamlet to Kate Winslet's Ophelia in 1996? Hamlet.
It's not Kenneth Branagh, is
Kenneth
it?
Branagh.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Kenneth
it is.
It's not Kenneth Branagh.
30 Hamlet questions last month.
All right, 4th question. Kate Winslet starred with Melanie Linsky in this 1994 film directed by Peter Jackson.
Heavenly Creatures.
That is correct for 2
heard about
more
it.
points. We have got
Yep.
your 5th question coming down the pipeline here. In Finding Neverland, who plays the troubled young Peter Llewellyn Davies, whom J.M. Barrie bases Peter Pan off of?
Interesting. Well, Johnny Depp is the writer, but who's the
5,
boy?
4, 3.
Oh, is it?
Freddie Highmore.
2 points.
2 points.
Ooh.
2 points.
Man.
2 points.
It's like maybe Jeff Archer.
All right, we got your final question in the Kate Winslet category. I think people surprised that they took it, but they got a great showing here. All right, final question. In movie 43,
Oh!
Kate
Oh, come on!
Hugh
This is
Jackman.
so easy.
Yeah, it's easy because the scene is
Yeah,
probably one of the
Humphrey.
worst things that
Who
I've ever
plays that
seen in
man?
a film. Balls on his chin. It was funny when it was in South Park,
that's a-
way
yeah.
before this movie even came.
Movie 43.
Way before the
This is why
idea
they're-
before this
they're
movie
arrested
even,
for over 5
even
years.
was
What
invented.
is that?
3, 2,
Multiple choice.
A. Hugh
Seriously?
Jackman, B. Gerard
Wait,
Butler,
seriously?
C. Jason Sudeikis, D. Chris Pratt.
Hugh Jackman. Hey, if you miss this, then the family's gonna steal it.
There we go.
Hugh Jackman.
That's correct for a point. That's
Oh,
correct for
Well,
a
can't
point.
blame them for
Wow.
not
Wow.
Not knowing because that movie's terrible.
not remembering
round there,
exactly.
With a very
Without
close
help,
game.
but yeah,
24-22.
surprising.
Emma, this is everything we paid our library fine.
And you shut up,
Absolutely. I
Malcolm.
mean, you
It
know,
is
in
garbage.
round number 2 there, I don't think that either team got a category
Yeah,
that
there's
they had
actually someone who was
necessarily
supposed to watch
chosen as
that
strength
movie.
on the
Yeah.
wheel,
Can-
but they
can we
certainly
stop talking
showed
about that
why they are here today,
Sure.
which is that,
Absolutely.
any category they get, they can kind of handle, which is a good thing going into round number 3 because you
All
don't know
right.
what you're going to get. Each team is going to be able to select a series
Oh,
of numbers
very
between 1
close.
and 20, each of which correspond to a category of the
It is. That's the
trivia
thing. That's why I'm
universe.
like.
The first question will be worth 2 points, the second 3, and the final 5 points. The 2 and the 3 point questions are individual exercises.
As long as Andrew hits his 2-pointer,
answering those questions
which
ahead
he
of time according to the
should.
category,
Should be able
and
to
you
do
may
that.
confer on
It should be good.
3, which is worth 5 points. The family is currently in the lead, so you will select your numbers first.
7, 11, 14.
course.
7-11.
14,
The music to Ken's ears.
I love it.
All right, and
who's
who's the boss?
What happened to 3, 7, and 17?
3, 12, and 17.
12.
Simply because they couldn't select
All right. 3,
7.
12, and 17. All right.
Who's the boss up first?
Yep, you selected
That's my
category
boy.
number
I think
3,
the factory just let out.
which corresponds to the category of action adventure. Who would like to take action adventure?
Ben.
Look at the 2-pointer.
Even Riley would be able to take it, but
Of course.
just give it to Ben. Just more sure.
I'll take the 2.
All right. Flesh-eating beetles called scarabs feature prominently
The
in
Mummy.
this 1999 film starring Brendan Fraser.
What? Why don't you just tell him the name?
Yeah, that's an insanely
That's
easy question.
insane.
That's crazy. Do you want a challenge?
No, it's just you know that's
Like the team that
absurd.
you beat last time did for you? That's the mummy.
That is the Mummy, as a matter of fact. 2 points. 2 points.
Like, that's not a question. That's just a fact. Come
You
on.
laughed because you know that's ridiculous.
Question?
Well, they challenged
No.
you, so you won. Yeah, well, the question
You
was-
cannot even challenge. You cannot even consider that a question.
Okay.
Everyone knows
Chose
the Brendan
number
Fraser
7.
mummy.
Number
Sure.
7. This is corresponding to the category of classics.
Sure.
Classics.
No, that was a half
Take it.
point
Oh,
at the most.
Drew McQueenie.
Oh.
classics.
You'll find the
Wow.
characters by the names of Captain Louis Renault and Rick Blaine in
I don't
what
know.
film?
Casablanca?
Casablanca.
Okay, all right.
Those two.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You got there you go,
Now
guys.
we're okay with it?
All right.
You okay,
He would
Drew?
have. He would have answered
Well,
it.
I mean, we'll change it all
Stupidly easy
around.
versus
We'll change it
stupidly
all
easy.
around, whatever you
We're
wanna
good
do.
now.
All right.
Okay.
26,
Stupidly-
24. This goes back to who's the
I
boss,
don't know,
Emma?
but I don't know a
Boss,
single thing
you
about
chose
Casablanca.
number 12, yes,
Except
which
that it was
corresponds to
you.
the category of comic book movies.
Okay.
Right, and,
That's okay.
Mark Riley will be taking this one.
Mark Riley,
It's me.
to you I ask, who directed Hugh Jackman in the film Logan?
James Mangold.
Ford versus Ferrari.
That's his best movie.
Film Logan.
No,
5,
he knows.
4,
He's tall.
3, 2,
James Mangold.
That is
He's
correct.
just falling.
3 points.
Oh
That's
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, now Andrew has to enter a
All right, you
three-pointer.
guys chose number 11. And
they're gonna miss, it's gonna be now.
Andrew Drew Guy will be taking this one. Number 11 is the category of Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
Interesting.
3-point question.
He's familiar.
What famous musician plays
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf! No, he knows this.
of Tyler
You know it.
Durden?
He does.
I know you know it.
Meatloaf.
That's correct.
Correct
3
for
points.
Boy,
that's my boy!
Presentation just gets right
Oh,
to
we
it.
have neighbors.
Bitch Tits Bob.
All right.
And that is for the children because that's in the movie.
All
All
right.
right. Who's the boss? Bounces
That's
back
like your
to
favorite
comes
movie.
down to this. Who's the
Back
boss
corner.
needs to answer this question correctly, or the family will go on in the finals of the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament here. If they do answer the question correctly, it will bounce back to the family, and they will remain
Oh
in
my
the
god!
game. So, who's the boss? You chose category number 17. Corresponds to disaster films.
Ooh.
Disaster.
Roland Emmerich.
For 5 points. Who starred as the lead Stuart Gaff, a former USC football player in 1974's Earthquake? Getting a shoo from the audience.
A lot of tension.
Whistling.
It's a lot of people been here
Yeah.
watching this all day. Look,
true.
this is an exciting match here. 5,
McQueen.
3,
Of course.
2.
Repeat the question.
7
Last
million.
one.
All right. Who starred as the lead Stuart Gaff, a former USC football player, in 1974's Earthquake?
All right. We have got a
Can't breathe.
going here. An answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Steve McQueen.
And
Wow.
And the Godfather, Drew McWeeny, the family.
Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston.
Andrew won
The
it
final answer.
on that
My
three-pointer.
God,
So
chaos
that
is
means
going
they won
crazy
it on a
here.
Fight Club
Drew
question.
Guy, McWeeny, we
That
got
Andrew got
Bateman
to-
and
That Andrew got
Riley
to
walking
answer.
off
That is
here.
awesome.
A lot
Yes.
of
Not surprising.
sanity and chaos is expected here.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be. We got Guy
What is that?
taunting Bateman and his back pain. This Emma,
Yeah, it's Ben's.
all things
Christian.
considered, a pretty controlled match.
Honestly,
I expected more chaos.
yeah, less challenges than expected.
The family
You
versus
know, the-
them. Okay.
Yes.
definitely a little bit of yelling at the beginning, but then settled in.
On your
in.
birthday.
I mean,
On my
even
birthday.
Drew Guy
That's a
conceded
birthday
that,
present, all right.
Both of the 2-point questions in round number 3 were of a balanced level of challenge.
It is what it is, but I love
My
seeing
cheeks
the
are starting to
emotion
hurt
of
because I'm smiling so much.
He's quiet,
Very
he's
true.
composed, he's introspective, and he really wanted that.
He was definitely
big
ready
win.
to throw in too that he knew that the answer was Charlton Heston.
Charlton
so,
Heston.
I mean, you know, it's
Yeah,
an
Steve
interesting
McQueen,
turn of events. I
Charlton
think going
Heston.
into it today, it really truly could have been
Oh.
anybody's game, and that's.
Yeah, Steve McQueen, Charlton Heston.
No, but like
No,
it-
I'm
it-
not mocking you. I'm
Almost
just
ready
in
to
general.
go to Jen Stern.
like they're just the
I'll pitch
type
that
of
again when we're
actors from that
actually-
era that you would go to.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Ken, we've definitely got the emotions were
Paul Newman,
contained,
Charlton
I think, a lot
Heston,
by
Yeah.
Drew McWeeny and Mark Riley, who were keeping things in line for their respective teammates. And I mean, ultimately, you got the managers involved too. Robert Meyer Burnett definitely gloating a little bit over
Also
Tom
not 30
Dagnino there,
points.
also wearing 100% more
That's a bit of a
sleeves,
surprise, man, 30
and
points.
shirts than Tom. But you know, I guess we'll just turn things over to Jen Sturger, who has got an interview right now with Tom Dagnino and Who's the Boss.
Are you all right? Are you crying?
No. You know, this past weekend I went to FFC's Vineyard. Francis Ford Coppola for the idiots. You know, we had some wine. He took me into this little shack. He's like, Gucci, I need to show you something. And I'm like, all right, what are we going to see? So we go into this little shack, and he has a lot of memorabilia there. There was 7 Nicolas Cage wigs. Con Air, The Rock, a couple other DVD releases and things like that. But he had this vest. And I go, I want that. And he goes, that's from Apocalypse Now. And I said, I Apocalypse want it now. And he gave it to me. And I thought it was
What's the point of all
in Oslo.
this?
But unfortunately it didn't.
Instead, you just look like Magic Mike took
story.
place at a Bass Pro Shop.
Oh,
That's a
yes.
compliment.
Oh,
To break
yes.
kayfabe for a second. To break kayfabe for 2
My
seconds.
God, she just said that.
He walked up to me backstage and he was like, win or lose, Jen, I have a very important thing I need to say. So I'm so glad you wasted 90 seconds of our time to tell that story.
Yep.
People get to hang out with FFC.
You did it! Oh my God. Oh.
We all know
Well,
you
that's
didn't,
got to at least put
Tom.
a little bit of a smile on your face, given what just happened. I mean, at least
My
you
God.
haven't lost your sense of humor.
Sure, I guess not. But what can you say? I thought we were going to take this tournament again. We went pretty far. Some of these questions just didn't land. I mean, disaster films, it's a tough one.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to take on, they took a question from us on me. But it might not have mattered. We got far. I'm just bummed that we can't do 2 finals with this guy who's just playing lights out. I'll hand it to the family, you know.
At least
They
they'll, playing one.
they got here on a question that was questionable. But
Lucky.
they put They put it down. They did it. I'm pissed. What can I say? I don't like this. I don't like losing.
Nobody likes losing.
Nobody remembers the wins and losses that get you to the championship. They just remember the championship. So, you know, they've had the road they've had to get here, and if they get the belt, they get the belt. That's what people are going to remember. I don't think we really have a whole lot to hang our hats on about this match. You know, there were some strategy plays that we leaned into today. Looking
As
back,
you
probably we
kind of
can do it
predicted.
differently in the future. You're always learning in every match that you play. I laid it out there today. I gave it everything I had. You know, I'm glad that I showed up, and it's a bummer to lose. You know.
What was the strategy behind keeping Kate Winslet? I think we were all a little surprised because that's not. I've never known that to be either of your strengths.
Well, there's something that we are doing together that we have a lot of faith in ourselves, and let's just say we weren't afraid of Kate Winslet.
Well, it wasn't a bad
There were
decision.
things on that
No,
wheel.
they did pretty well with it.
Those wheel spins can make or break a match.
The
And as
one
you
big
saw,
one was
the odds.
the
You gotta
2-pointer.
either roll and hope for the best.
But yeah, that we
or
were
take what's in
dangerous.
front of you.
The thing is,
play those
I said
odds, which is
Monet.
what we
I love
did.
that movie. I've seen it several times, and I knew
aside from that
at
one
least
question,
something was about
we did pretty
Monet,
damn well.
and then
So
it
I would,
wasn't.
I would watch out for everybody out there in the league right now.
Difficult ass question.
For us right now, because we might not have any weaknesses going into our next match.
When you ask what the strategy is there behind that, is we have a lot of faith in ourselves to keep categories, knowing that we know how to play the game. I mean, there's a tough 2-point steal in that category that we obviously wish we could have back. But aside from that, we answered 9 of the 12 available points. So I don't think we can really say that as anything other than a strength for us at this point. If you're 75% accurate, and what are you going to do? I mean, we got a tough 5. That's why we lost, not because of Kate Winslet, you know. And we'll play better next time.
Does this loss sting a little bit more, obviously, because it's against Andrew
Well,
Guy and the
to
family?
be fair, you don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see
family's 5-pointer
Guy
would be.
get a shot at the finals and get a shot to keep going. I think you can admit the path and the teams they had to play to get here have been a little bit of a joke. I mean, to have the record that they have, I mean, I guess is what I mean. And we're a good team. He knows it. We know it. So it's big for them to beat us.
Robert Meyer Burnett has some
if
say
they
in
win
that.
a title right now, this is the kind of match you have to win
Oh,
to
will he?
really prove it. And so it stings, but I still have that old competitor respect. And, you know, kayfabe aside, he's not a horrible human. So I'm happy to see him fight for a title.
Nice.
Is this moron?
That's cute.
Yeah. He's sweating like a
Yeah, it's also funny that
hooker in church.
Andrew and McWeeny will now compete together
guy-
when they face
jacket
each
weighs
other
about
in a team
7,000
tournament
pounds.
final once.
Yeah. What he needs to do is come to
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking, I know. But
That's going to be pretty much that. So
It's like
thanks
poetry.
for those words, and we'll see you next year.
Sorry, Ben.
and yes, I know that's yours, Lucas.
Back to you guys.
Tom Dagnino, unsurprisingly not with the times. We don't use the term hooker anymore. It is sex worker. Anyway.
I still pay for prostitutes, but I'll tell you what, that was the weirdest TED Talk I've ever been to.
Oh my God!
Listen, a lot happened there, but I think what we can
Lord.
take away from it is that, you know, Mark Riley and Ben Bateman both understandably disappointed with this turn of events. They took this tournament all the way to the top last year, and it didn't work out for them this time around. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Unfortunately, today they lost. But speaking of winning some, today's winners, the family, are currently with Jen Sturger. So we're going to toss it over to her, and, well, we'll see what comes out of this one.
Guys, I'm just...
Oh, you idiot! You are so stupid! You are so stupid! By the way, one of those joke teams that we beat along the way had you on it, you moron! You are so bad! You're
That's
so
true,
bad.
actually, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ben and Tom.
Oh,
Their
look at
debut.
this. It's so sad. All right, Jess, sorry about that.
Jess.
Congratulations to the family. Drew, as always, lights out. How are you feeling about this win?
I wanted this one, and I feel good about having done it with 90s. I feel good about the steal that we made. I feel like we didn't give them any room to breathe.
Nope.
With a team
Yeah.
like that, that's what you have to do, and we did it.
nice thing is that impressionists can't paint with their fingers, and they should know that. That's really what it's all about. So that's a really bad answer they threw out.
If you've seen the movie,
Burnett, you've got to be feeling pretty great about yourself about this. Here.
Oh, yeah. You know, first of all, I ain't afraid of Kate Winslet either. I'm a cunning linguist.
Burnett,
I'd be happy to give her my
you
number.
might wanna
By the
put
way,
the
did I
microphone
not
a little
promise you
further
a
away
belt,
from
son?
you.
Looks like I deliver. Not only do I drop a nuke this year,
Yeah.
but my team, the family, a double deuce nuke. My family goes all the way to the finals, just like I promised you.
It is true. He did say that.
Guy, does this give you a little bit of vindication after Houston?
I'll say this right now. Ellis heard the repeat in round 1. That electronic wheel is BS, and Booker T's not here today. So thanks, Bateman. Thanks for letting me step over you once again to greatness and not getting in my way like you always did when we were a team. Oh, by the way, how's all that studying working out for you, huh? Yeah. Riley, that's 2, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, that is true.
There's respect on one side of this interview. Back to you guys.
Might be a little bit more to
Well,
McWeeny,
there you
but
have it. Unsurprising and extremely characteristic of the
He did
family.
great.
They have
He played well.
little
Yeah, he did.
respect for certainly their opponents in the game itself, with the exception, of course, of Drew McWeeny, who I still really... are they holding your family ransom? I don't quite understand why you're on that team.
I think that's the thing, the true question Schmoedown,
Yes.
Schmoedown Rundown needs to find out. Emma, comments aside, in the final match there was a crazy matchup.
It
Came
was.
down to the end, and this is, again, why we play this tournament. For you out there, the fans of the audience that make the movie Trivia Schmoedown possible.
And you do make it very
Yeah.
possible through your contributions to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. We have many different tiers there. Head on over to patreon.com/Schmoedown. Decide which tier is right for you. Thank you so much for all of your support.
Absolutely. And thank you, Emma, for being at the desk today. It's always a joy to have you around these
Well,
parts.
thank you, Ken. It's likewise.
All right. For Emma 5, I'm Ken Knapsack, and we'll see you next time on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
damn. Family won. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. That's what we predicted. I'm very happy with that. I'm also very happy with how they won because honestly, Who's the Boss played great. Didn't answer their 5-pointer. I wanted them to, but yeah, I didn't get there. Now, interestingly enough, in both the semifinal matches, the teams didn't. The winning team didn't answer their 5-pointer because the other team missed their 5-pointer. And Shazam, or the Looney Bin, was at 29 points, just like the family in this match. So in that regard, it's quite similar. And I feel that, therefore, Shazam might seem a little stronger. But of course, different questions, different categories, different situations in both matches. So I'm very curious to see how this turns out in a title match, because in terms of 5-rounders, Bibbs is probably the most experienced. He has done that in teams and singles. McWeeny has done it in teams. Andrew has done it once in teams, and Meyer hasn't done a 5-rounder yet. So I really wonder how that'll turn out in the final. What are your thoughts on the next match?
I don't know. I'm happy. It was good, and of course, look, I really like Shazam, but go family, and I might give slight edge to Shazam. I'll think about it for a couple of days, but
in terms of who will win,
yeah, and then we'll discuss it better. But
We'll see.
look, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Shazam, the family. It's difficult to call that one. We'll see when we get there. Actually, I don't know if we'll be reacting to it because we have a very stacked weekend.
We should find time.
I think we'll find time. We'll see. Bear with us because it's going to be a lot of reactions in the next couple of days because we have the team final and then of course all of Spectacular. It's going to be big, of course. So, guys, until then, please like the video, leave a comment. What did you think about this match? What do you think about the matchup that we're going to get in the final? And what do you think about the spectacular? What are your predictions there? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. That is D2A channel. Follow us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. The Facebook group is simply called Dedicated to Art, as the YouTube channel is like. You can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Kees Cornelis on Facebook and Letterboxd. She's here sometimes. She doesn't have any plugs. So until our next video, take care.